Hello and welcome to today's League of Legends Roundup, where we're going to cover the games in the LCK and LPL. First things first, though, we will be talking about the news, and then after all that's done, give you a sneak peek of tomorrow's games. If you're curious why I pointed everything out, I had somebody in the comments a couple days ago suggest that maybe I should do that going forward. So, just going to test it out, see what people think. 1 second. I don't know why I always forget how I want to put this mic. The mic should be going up towards my mouth, not straight ahead into my chest. But yeah, so that's the deal for today's video. Discord link is in the description if you want to watch the games and BS in the chat with us. We have that there. We have the predictions there as well. So yeah, news of the day. Ultra Prime calls up Harry for top lane. Harry has not played since spring. Ultra Prime signing Zoom in the off season in between splits to start for Ultra Prime at the LPL level, sending Allies down to the LDL level, and Allies has been playing instead of Harry, so it's kind of weird why they would bring Harry up at this point instead of Allies. All it says to me really is Zoom is probably not going to re-sign with Ultra Prime, I imagine. Sorry, I'm talking the way I am. I'm trying, the whole tooth deal, but so with Harry coming up, Harry's probably going to play. He had over 9 CS per minute in 28 games of playoffs in spring for Ultra Prime. That's kind of the stats I'm going to go off of here. So 9 CS per minute, it's very good in the playoffs against the highest level of top lane talent in the LDL at that time. 3.37 KDA, 54.3 KP, 22.3 kill share, 23.1 gold share. 23.1 gold share is like secondary carry numbers. Like, those are really high numbers for a top laner. I will say he played 10 games of Graves. That'll do it. Graves no longer part of the meta. Really, all he played was Gnar. He didn't really, I don't think he even played Gwen all that much. He played some Kennen. So we'll see what he does down the stretch over their last handful of series if he plays. Because I think Zoom's out. I think Zoom, at his age, he wants to go somewhere where he has a chance to win. If he can even find that at this point in his career. Because in his games, honestly, Zoom did quite well. 8.54 CS per minute, 191 KDA. 1 second. Sorry about that. A garbage truck was about to pass by. So 191,854. What does that say? Well, he's dying a lot. 191 sucks for a KDA, but 854 CS per minute is very good. That is high. Anything above 8 for a top laner is good, and 8.5 is very good. Like, Zoom is elite. Now, 21.4 kill share, 54.9 KP, 22.8 gold share. He is like a secondary carry in top lane. I mean, he can really do things for your team that not many other top laners can do. But at this point in his career, this is the second time he really hasn't, he's kind of being replaced in top lane for a team. So 13 champions in 31 games. We'll see where Zoom goes in the offseason. And if he can get another shot at being a, important piece to a team that could go to Worlds. Now, LCK, Sandbox versus Damwon. I went 2-2 on the day, my predictions, and awful 1-5-1 in my props picks. Just absolutely awful day. I had Damwon beating Sandbox, and Sandbox 2-0'd him with ease. Damwon, Showmaker was playing, Bible was playing in the place of Kellen, and Bible went 0-12-6, losing 2-0 as Sandbox moved to 10-5, Damwon 9-6. Closer went 6-3-21 with the team leading 30% of damage for Sandbox. Prince 14-2-11. Showmaker 5-5-5 for Damwon to lead the way. KDF versus Gen G. I went 0-2 on my over prop bets with this one. Gen G completely smoked KDF. I mean, it was arguably the best 2-1 I've seen all split long. And the reason being is KDF are not actually like super bad. They're 6-8. That's respectable. It's middle of the road. Sorry that the cat is making noise. But so 6-8, Gen G 13-1. Gen G gave Yumi in game 1 to KDF, and they picked Yasuo Sejuani into it. And during the game, they discussed how at one point Damwon had played Yasuo Sejuani into Ezreal Yumi many years ago. And you know, it's something that, you know, you look back in years past, try and find something to play against something so powerful like Zerayumi. Like, what is a counter, even from what was 3 years ago, against a Yumi when she was OP, that may kind of limit the power of this pick? Genji did it well. Chovy 8-1 and 15 in mid with 28% of the team's damage. Peanut 9-2 and 13 in the jungle role. Teddy 2-4 and 3. The prop was 3 kills. He got 2. It was just downright crazy. Stars of the day: Doran, Krako, closer, ruler, and the hens. Krako, his stats are actually pretty good. I know Peanut had really good KDA, but Krako was solid as well. Like, his KDA was definitely good, without a doubt. And he had a lot more damage than Peanut, so I included him on this one. Closer, maybe not as many kills as Chovy, but way more damage. Damage per minute in the Sandbox series wasn't much more higher than Gen G series. Excuse me. Now for the LPL, LGD and Thunder Talk. LGD bringing out a roster completely full circle. The roster they started spring with: Eric at 80 carry, Fearness in top alongside Shadow in the jungle, and Yaji in mid. And Jin Zhao at support, but he's been there the whole time. Thunder Talk win 2-1. Zhao Zhang starting in top lane for TT, going 8-9 and 15 with 35% of the team's damage. UCal 11-3 and 11 in mid. Eric 8-7 and 12 with a team leading 32% of damage for LGD. That includes a Senna game. So LGD won game 1, and Thunder Talk figured out a way to play LGD and finished them off, winning 2-1. Series of the day: Weibo versus JDG. Two teams top 11 in my power rankings, very contested. You know, I actually predicted Weibo to win this series 2-1, and JDG really took care of Weibo in a big way. Not as dominant as Gen G over KDF, but Weibo are a lot better than KDF. Like, JDG beat the crap out of Weibo. Weibo getting cute in their first draft and inted away the series overall. Yagao 9-2 and 28 in mid for JDG, team leading 27% of damage. Kanavi 13-2 and 19 in the jungle, and then Wanfang was the best scoreline for Weibo, going 7-8 and 6. The Shy had the most damage, but went like 3 and 8. Stars of the day: JDG, take them all except 80 carry. I gave that to Kepler. Hope wasn't all that impactful in this series. It was really the jungle mid that did a lot of work for JDG. And Kepler, I mean, somebody from Thunder Talk had to be represented. So overall, 2-2 and 1-5-1 for me. LCK for the sneak peek tomorrow. All 4 games kind of suck. Really, honestly, I don't know which one to pick if there was going to be a 2-1 out of this group. KT versus Fred at Brion. I guess maybe this one. KT 19th in the power rankings at 8 and 6. Bro 2 and 12. Bro coming off of their second win of the split against Nongshim 2-0. KT beat Damwon 2-0 last week in an upset. Week 2, day 1, KT did take care of Fred at Brion 2-0 in summer. Rascal 8-4 and 3. Rascal versus Morgan is what I want to watch. Rascal obviously playing very well in that series, but as of late, I don't think he's been as impactful. I feel like the bot lane has been everything for KT. And Morgan has been Fred at Brion's best player for a while now. It's kind of similar in the next series with T1 and HLE when it comes to the stars of the matchup, or the matchup to watch specifically. T1 12 and 2 coming off of their loss to Gen G 2-0. HLE coming off of a 2-1 loss to Kwangdong. HLE 1 and 13. So week 5, day 1, T1 beat HLE 2-1. Gumayushi going 10-3 and 14. Zeus versus Dudu was a contested matchup in that series, and Dudu's played absolutely, I mean, 1v9, trying his hardest for HLE as of late. Similar to Morgan for Fred at Brion, both players are really trying in top lane, and obviously top lane doesn't, you know, there's only a few players that can actually 1v9 and get W's out of it, and Morgan and Dudu are not those guys. So we'll see if Zeus can put Dudu in his place or not this series. This should be a rebound series for T1. LPL, Team Wii versus EDG. EDG, 8th in the power rankings, coming off of a 2-0 win against Rare Atom, where they absolutely crushed Rare Adam Viper, I believe breaking the record for kills in a game in the LPL. Team We 0-12, losing to LNG 2-0. Week 4, Day 4 of Spring, EDG 1-2-0. Scout went 9-1-13. JJ was in the jungle at the time then. Junjia is now. I do not know who Team Wee's going to play. I did not look at LPL Fan Club before starting this video. Team Wee could play Demon or Bubu in top, View or Bishang in jungle, Shanks or Shie in mid, SMLZ or Zing in AD carry, and Kadaya or heal and support. Like, literally, they have a 10-man roster. Bishang might have gotten sent down. They might have 9. But View versus Junjia is what I want to watch. See Junjia continue to improve as, EDG try and get ready for the playoffs here, as they did a late roster swap after winning the championship, last year. Rare Adam versus LNG. Rare Adam 2-11, LNG 7-7 as they try and make a comeback to get into playoffs on a hot streak. LNG, like I said, beat Wee 2-0. Rare Adam lost to EDG. Oh, actually, Rare Adam's played since playing EDG. They lost to IG 2-1 earlier this week. Week 1, Day 5 of Spring was the last time they played. LNG winning 2-1. Doinby would go 16-7-15 in that series. Doinby versus Strive is what I want to watch. I feel like Doinby can take advantage of Strive again. Rare Adam really, arguably, thinking about it, Rare Adam might be the worst team right now. Like, Team We are bad, LGD are bad, there's a couple other bad teams, but Rare Adam are playing absolutely, it's bad. It really is. It's bad. There's nothing really to be looking for towards the future for. Like, out of this team, I'm looking like, okay, so with LGD, they have a lot of young players that have been playing going into 2023. You've got something to work with. Team We, you've got a few young players, something to work with, but you've got iBoy and Uyanja in bot lane for Rare Adam. Like, no, we are not young. Strive's a solid player, probably has potential. Layan, Cube, really? Like, there's not as much really with Rare Adam as LGD and Team We going forward. So that's it for my roundup. Comment down below if you have any takes of your own. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Like I said, the link in the description for the Discord is there, as well as the Patreon. And thank you for watching.